Me and John knew each other on Rudy. We're both hired guns as actors. He came out here, and we've always had a sense of humor about ourselves and about each other.
I'll be smart about it, man, fine. But I'm gonna tell you something. I don't like your attitude from the start. I don't like the way you're starting
the whole thing. You don't like my attitude?
No, I don't.
I don't think we've ever been very complimentary of each other. Not because we're not comfortable sharing affection, but because we're just friends and that's how we are with each other.
What's wrong with my attitude?
If you take a look around, we happen to be moving up in the world. We should be enjoying ourselves.
I wouldn't really want John to sit down and say, you're amazing, amazing, you know what I mean, or vice versa. It's much more sort of like, that was a choice, so you make fun of each other.
It's like two brothers, really, is what it is. It's like two brothers fighting.
Ricky,
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to get in a
to
name calling. I don't want to get in a name calling.
Okay. Can we make this work, please?
I'm trying to make it work.
Okay, let's just settle
but
down.
you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know what
don't
you're
play
talking
dumb
about.
with me, my man. Don't play dumb with me.
Vince and I could fight over the smallest detail, whether it's the color of the suit or a wardrobe choice or what somebody's going to be wearing in this scene.
Don't do it like that. Get up. Lean on the side here. That's it. Lean there, baby. Lean there. Come on, we can do a funny with that.
They both speak at the same time. They both understand one another. There's no competition. It's like they're separated at birth.
I mean, even in shooting the movie on Swingers, he would do some really fucked up things to me before a take that normally would supposedly get an actor out of his head, or how can you get in my space? But for me, I like it because it keeps things truthful and real and we're not precious with it.
And that's why Peter Billingsley was great, because he's friends with both of us, and he was able to really get in the middle of it and be a peacemaker at times and be a sounding board for each of us. Because when you're working with people that's so tight, the personal relationship with those people becomes just as important as the work itself.
I knew Vince and John fairly well. I met Vince on an after-school special. I was an actor when I was younger. And we met on an after-school special. I played a kid on steroids, and he was my best friend. That's how we met. And then Vince obviously met John on Rudy. And I met John through that. And they'd gotten this picture set up over at Artisan and needed some help, and were kind enough to ask me to come in and help them out.
I met John through Vince, and I've known Vince for about 10 years now. I met Vince actually through Sean when I moved out here from St. Louis.
I grew up with Vince in Chicago, a little town called Lake Forest. I moved out here to do music and be in that world, and he moved out here to be an actor. And it looked like we were both gonna move back about 7 years after nothing was happening, and then here I am still thinking I'm moving back, and he's doing all right, I guess.
I met Vince Vaughn probably a decade ago. A mutual friend hooked us up. If anyone's familiar with the movie Swingers, we used to play video games at my house and call the pink dot guy, make fun of him, basically like that.
Very first time meeting John, he came to my apartment, and we used to have these tournaments, probably where he might have gotten some of this material, but we used to have these video game tournaments, and we'd always play either hockey or football. And I think that night we were playing hockey, and you know, you have like 6 dudes. Everybody was sitting around playing hockey. We were actually going to physically play football the next day. So I went to bed early. Vince decided that it was fun every time he'd score or he got bored, he'd run in and wake me up and shake me. And John thought that I was this bitch. I was just Vince's bitch. You know what I mean? Just sitting around, whoa, I'm going to wake up. And then I woke up, and they were still up all night playing video games. I woke up, I'm all pumped because I think we're going to play football. And everyone's just like haggard and tired and still playing, and they're almost winning the championship or something. And I went and got bagels. And then John really thought I was everybody's bitch. He's like, who's this guy? We keep him up all night, and then he's going to get his bagels. He's my bitch.
Favreau would kind of take a backseat and watch us live our lives, and that's kind of how Swingers was written, basically about Vince's life. Vince wasn't necessarily successful in the acting thing for many years, and he knew how to have fun, so we just definitely hung out a lot.